Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the DB Corp Limited Q1 FY22 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. I now hand the conference over to Ms. Hina Agarwal. Thank you, and over to you, Ms. Hina.
Thank you, and good evening to everyone. We welcome you to the DB Corp Limited Q1 FY22 post-earnings conference call. We have with us today the senior management team of DB Corp Limited. Mr. Pawan Agrawal, Deputy Managing Director, Mr. Girish Agrawal, Non-Executive Director, Mr. P.J. Mishra, Group CFO, Mr. Mustaq Ali, Vice President Finance and Accounts, Mr. Lalit Jain, CGM Finance and Accounts, and Mr. Prasun Kumar Pandey, Head Investor and Media Relations, who will represent the DB Corp Limited on the call. We will be sharing the key operating and financial highlights for the quarter ended 30th June 2021, followed by question and answer session. Before we begin, we would like to state that some of the statements made in today's discussion may be forward-looking in nature and may involve risk and uncertainties. Documents relating to the company's financial performance have already been emailed to you and are available on the website of the stock exchanges and company's investor website. We trust you have been able to go through the same. Now I invite Mr. Pawan Agrawal to share his outlook on DB Corp's performance for the quarter. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Hina, and good evening, everyone. Hope all of you and your families are healthy and safe. We will begin the call by highlighting the key financial performance for the quarter ended June 30th, 2021, followed by operational updates during the quarter. Economic activities accelerated in the third and fourth quarters of financial year 2021, but the second wave of COVID-19 offered a new set of challenges with the localized lockdowns. While the financial impact on the operation was not as severe as the previous year, it certainly slowed the return to normalcy. Throughout this period, the Dainik Bhaskar Group demonstrated extraordinary resilience. Company's well-calibrated editorial and circulation strategies contributed in mitigating disruption. Additionally, our cost optimization efforts contributed in limiting the impact of disruption during these tough times. Consolidated advertising revenues stood at rupees 1,713 million in Q1 FY 2022, while circulation revenues stood at rupees 1,106 million, and the total revenues came at rupees 3,080 million. Consolidated EBITDA stood at rupees 51 million, aided by efficient cost control measures and despite large investment in the digital business for future growth. We have reported a net loss of rupees 223 million in Q1 FY 2022 after interest and depreciation and tax. On the digital front, we continue to invest in our digital businesses, which has expanded substantially at a steady, sustainable pace over the last year. And we continue to provide the best in world-class news experience on our digital apps with no advertisements at all, even during COVID. We are pleased to report that we have largely achieved our goal of becoming the #1 Hindi and Gujarati news apps, and we intend to increase our lead even further in the months ahead. According to the recent Comscore report, attributable to high-quality content development and a highly personalized product experience. Our unwavering commitment to deliver the best customer experience has been critical in maintaining and improving user retention in our key markets, as well as aid us achieve our long-term growth and monetization goals. Dainik Bhaskar Group radio business continues to maintain a leadership position in all significant markets. Radio advertising revenue for the quarter stood at rupees 156 million with an EBITDA loss of 2.5 million in Q1 FY 2022. I would now request Mr. Girish Agrawal to update us on the operational front.
Thank you, Pawan. Good evening, everybody, and I hope that everybody continues to stay safe and healthy. Let me first of all touch upon the recent CBDT officials' visit to our offices across various locations to inspect our book of accounts. They arrived on the early morning 5:25 a.m. on 22nd of July and stayed in our premises for 7 days. They are analyzing our books, and we will continue to lend our full support to those officials. And following the conclusion of the investigation, we shall update the exchanges in the market once we receive all the information from the department in writing to us, and then we'll be able to communicate back to all of you and the stock exchanges. Coming to business, resurgence of COVID-19 posed a new set of challenges for the industry. To address the surge, all state governments implemented lockdown and restricted mobility and activity. This certainly has slowed the economic recovery, prompting market sentiments to become cautious. With the number of cases decreasing and states doing a calibrated removal of restrictions and faster vaccinations, the economy has begun on the path of recovery. The pent-up demand and the lockdown imposed in the second wave, coupled with the government stimulus package, is likely to generate a stronger economic rebound. Additionally, with this festival season approaching, the second half 2021 will see a renaissance in the print advertising, with brands across the industry investing heavily in the most credible medium to reach out to the audience. On the editorial front, we continue to take a strong journalistic approach, very strong I would say, while keeping the readers at the forefront of all our efforts. During the pandemic, our editorial teams remained true to its core ideologies of courageous and honest journalism, providing our readers with unbiased, courageous and truthful reporting. Here I would like to mention that all our journalists, those who reported COVID on the ground, they actually risked their life for our readers to ensure that the truth should come out, the actual fact on the ground should be known to the world. And I'm really thankful to all of them. Our innate commitment towards responsible journalism has not only strengthened our Readers Connect, but has also helped us getting the recognition of India's most admired, respected, read newspaper, while also making a footprint on the global landscape. You would be aware that most of the international newspaper, mentioned the reports of Dainik Bhaskar and Divya Bhaskar in their editorial pages. We will continue to implement a reader-centric strategy, and we will expand knowledge by delving into various issues that give critical information to our readers. We believe that our reader-centric editorial strategy will continue to bolster our standing in the market in which we operate, resulting in increased advertising spending also. On the circulation front, while Dainik Bhaskar's well-calibrated circulation strategy continued and contributed to the spectacular recovery of the circulation following the first wave, and I'm happy to say that the second wave was not that tragic in terms of circulation. We are almost there. However, we further need to focus to see how we can achieve the pre-COVID level faster. On the advertising front, the economy is witnessing a broad-based rebound as the country recovers from the second wave of COVID-19. We are experiencing a faster recovery in non-metro towns and cities, especially in our markets. As a result, the demand for print advertising space is witnessing an upsurge. Advertisers are increasingly turning to the print media, which is certainly the most credible medium. Our recent exclusive advertising deal with various clients in automobile sector and FMCG sectors, are the testaments of our strong presence and outstanding journalism practices, also to attract the readers and in turn the advertisers. With phase unlocking, the company registered a month-on-month improvement in advertising revenue from April to June and to July. We are seeing an uptick in the advertising spend across major categories. As the sense of optimism in the economy increases with the forthcoming festival season, we anticipate advertising spend to further improve. Our cost optimization drive continues to aid in improving the margins. I would say in the current sector, in saving the margins actually. Despite the COVID second wave, which led disruption in advertising and all that, we were still able to, the print business made an EBITDA in the quarter one of 381 million rupees, which is a margin of 13% EBITDA. While if I compare it to the Q1 of 21, it was certainly a much worse scenario that time. And I hope that going forward, this will further improve and show a a hockey stick kind of recovery. I would like to reiterate that despite the difficult economic environment, we continue to outperform the print sector in terms of advertising and circulation, owing to our reader-centric approach, our journalism excellence, product innovation, and well-thought-out implemented circulation strategy. Going forward, we intend to further solidify our market position by providing compelling values to our readers as well as advertisers. This is all from our side. Me, my colleagues, and I will now be happy to respond to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. An operator will take your name and announce your turn in the question queue. Participants are requested to only use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Himanshu Upadhyay from PGIM. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What we see is the readership has come back, or it is very nearly back, or it has not decreased in Q1 versus Q4, okay. But from here on, what would be the path for advertisement growth, okay? And what is happening on ground in terms of intensity of competition, pricing on advertisement side, if you can elaborate, and what are the currently number of pages what you are doing versus, let's say, in the Q1 of FY20, we can get some idea on what is happening.
Okay. So as you rightly mentioned that the circulation has not disturbed much because of the second wave of COVID. But I would say it actually derailed some process of growth to further go back to the pre-COVID level. What we are planning to achieve in the Q2 of this year to go back to the level earlier, I think that will now get pushed up by another maybe 2 quarters. So let's hope that should come back faster. From the advertising revenue perspective, in the month of April, again, as you know, Jan, Feb, March was good enough. In April, suddenly mid of April, this whole COVID thing started coming again. So the May got again washed out, came down to almost 25% of May 19 level, 25% of May 19. I'm actually going to compare the entire year for 19-20 rather than 2021 because 2021 was very uncertain year. So there's no point feeling happy that I was higher in the last year of May. So I would actually compare from May 19. So we went down to as low as 27% of May 19, But June came up to almost 42%. But I'm happy to say in July month, we were able to achieve almost 75% of July 19, So that's a good indication, and things are moving in the right direction, And happy to say that it's not only 1 or 2 categories, those who are coming back. Most of the categories are coming back, whether it's automobile or education or FMCG or real estate, especially education, which got actually shifted because education, which was planned to be in the month of April, May, June, because of COVID, now is happening in the month of July, August, because the results are coming late and examinations are happening late and all that. So, yeah, let's hope that this whole talk of Delta variant happening and the third wave and all that should not happen, so that our festival season, which is happening from month of September, October, November, stays intact.
What we hear from various people, okay, the demand generally seems to be very strong for across the companies, okay. This is what we keep on hearing. And even if we take 2019, April, May, June, or FY20 was on a slow-moving downside trajectory only in the economy, okay. The slowdown was slowly, steadily taking place. So, what do you think we can get back to that level, and how much time should it take? Because
as I mentioned to you, that month of July we are at 75% of July 19, And August as we already done 13 days of August, looks very promising. So I hope if this continues like this, we are already back in the 2019-20 level right now, keeping the fingers crossed.
So my only point was because 2019 also was a difficult year or a down year only, or it was economically slow down year. Okay, so that was the thing.
No,
my next question was on radio business. Okay, and what is happening on the radio business, because that remains a leaking boat for us. And are we seeing improvement on that business also, and your thoughts on that business?
Yeah, so in radio, the Q1, of course, we did about 60% of last year, but we are again seeing a very sharp recovery in the month of July and August in radio as well. And when we are comparing with our peers in the national markets, happy to share with you that Q1 we grew about 94% compared to last year Q1. But all the other peers were roughly about 43-44%. So we had a robust Q1 compared to the overall market, and we are seeing good recovery in July.
Okay, one last question from my side. Are the rates down only? Means let's say versus March, April, May, June of 2019, advertisement yields, I would say, for both radio and newspaper, or they are back to the normal level?
They're almost back to normal, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, I'll join back in the queue.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, to ask a question, please press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Shivam Saxena from ICICI Bank. Please go ahead.
Yeah. My question is, have you taken any cover price hike because raw material prices have increased substantially, paper products? So any plan to take price hike, or have you taken?
If you compare our Q1 of this year and Q1 of last year, we have taken a 8.5% price hike in last 1 year's time. And if you compare Q4 and Q1, we have taken a 2% price hike in terms of average cover price.
Okay. So is it sufficient to cover the raw material cost, because the paper prices have increased sharply? If we see in the last 6 months, the raw material prices have increased sharply. So are you able to maintain that margins based on this price hike, or are you going to take further price hikes in future?
So as of now, certainly this is not covering the price hike which has happened in the newsprint sector. But there's a limit which we can pass it on to our readers. So as of now, this is what we have done. We have certainly some headroom to increase the cover price furthermore, but we are yet to take a call on that.
Okay. And any government advertisement coming on your, because of elections are due, so any that is coming on your print media or not?
Elections, as of now, the Punjab government election, UP government elections are going to happen in the quarter 3 or 4. So we'll see at that point. As of now, no, we are not getting any major government advertising. In fact, our government advertising of few states is already on hold.
Sorry, what you said last?
Our government advertising from few states is on hold.
Okay. Any specific reason for that?
No, we've been talking to those departments.
Okay.
They've stopped releasing the ads to us, so we are talking to them. We don't know the reason.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, to ask a question, please press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Anish Dey from Banyan Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, sir, and thank you for the opportunity to speak to you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, in terms of circulation, we have done quite well. We have been able to maintain our revenues. But still, if we compare it to the pre-COVID I believe we are still, I think, say 10-15% short.
Yes.
So the question is, sir, how important is it for the circulation revenues to go back to 100%, for our advertising revenues also to go back to the pre-COVID levels? How are they two correlated to each other from the advertiser's perspective?
In certain markets, they are, for example, where we can have more domination. So I'm not actually comparing the number in my mind that if I achieve this, I'll achieve this. I'm using that number that if today I have increased my market share in terms of circulation in Jaipur, in Ahmedabad, in Patna, in Indore, in Bhopal, and all these markets. I'm saying if I gain more circulation, then certainly my lead will increase much more over my competition. And also what we have noticed in last 1 year's time, thanks to the amazing, fantastic editorial work done by our team, the time spent of a reader in our newspaper has gone up. That's also very useful for the advertiser.
Okay. So, all right. So, fine. So, my second question is, in terms of the recovery of our revenues, and also thinking from our customer segment perspective. So, there are two things which has happened. One is some of the customers that were important for us in the past, say before FY21, there has been decline in their spending in the last, say, 1.5 years. And also there has been shift of, I mean, if you see, digital revenues have grown well even in the COVID times, right? So what is your reading about coming back to our pre-COVID levels in terms of the shift of the different sectors which will get us back over there, and how much would we have permanently lost to the digital? So if you could help to understand, how we will get back to the pre-COVID levels, especially in terms of the sectors which will get us back. Thank you.
So in certain sectors, it's difficult to quantify that how much we have lost to some other vehicle or medium. But what we can certainly see that the sectors which will help us to come back are certainly automobile, education, real estate. These are the few sectors, which will certainly help us to come back, because these sectors are, bouncing back very strongly. Not even bouncing back, they're growing actually. So once these sector grows, we will be able to grow along with them.
So just one follow-up question, if I can. Like you mentioned, we have gained a lot of prominence as a print media after COVID because of, more trust on our, what we publish. So, if you could help to understand whether this automobile, education, real estate which you mentioned, so you are expecting higher spends from these advertisers going forward, let's say, versus 1.5 years back, or you think that more number of sectors will open up, so there will be more opening up of the segments or the sectors which will drive us back? So is it more deepening with the existing sectors, or more broadening that is going to get us back?
I would say both. So for example, a particular automobile client, if you are advertising with me in my markets, now because of my much more credible, my much more involvement with the readers, his spend with me will go. His market share with me will increase, which we are noticing also. There are a couple of clients, those who are now doing very strong market share with us. That's one. Second thing, there could be a couple of customers in particular category, those who are not earlier focusing with us, now they are looking at us also.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul from RN Associates. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. I have two questions. Can you please tell us more about exclusive deal about Skoda Kushaq, which you have mentioned in your investor presentation, and second about newsprint prices for Q1 and going forward?
Okay. So these two deals which we have mentioned in our press release, we have actually done few more deals like this. Basically, these are the advertisers, those who came on board during the COVID times also and signed a deal with us that showed that they were looking at the market from a market leader perspective, and they chose us in those markets. So that's about the confidence of a brand, which helps us attract more brands. Same thing happened in other few categories also, and we are thankful to them, and we are very happy that they got the desired result, and that's the reason they are back, and there are many more, those who are with us now.
So any specific amount of deal which you have cracked so that for the, for 2 years or 3 years, that client will be with you?
No. All these deals are quarterly deals,
Okay.
In this environment, everybody is looking at a month and a quarter. So no advertiser will sign a 2-year deal with anybody because of the uncertainty around. But this builds up the whole confidence.
Okay, thank you. And how about newsprint prices for this quarter and going forward, what is your outlook?
Let me give you the numbers. The newsprint rate, which last year was around 36,000 rupees per ton in the quarter 1 of last year. This year, our rate is almost 41,000. So there's been almost 15% increase in the newsprint rates for us.
Correct.
Surprisingly, that the Indian newsprint rate has increased much sharper than the imported. Simple reason why, because we have the stock of the Indian with us. We had the forward agreements with the Indian imported with us. While the Indian guys have increased the prices by almost 35%, the impact on us. While imported, though the impact is there, but since we had a forward buying in the stock, the impact is not that sharp. What we are analyzing the market trends right now, there has been an increase in newsprint price all across. The imported newsprint price, people are talking about almost 700 USD per ton going forward. Even the Indian Newspaper Society has also indicated that kind of prices going forward. And the reasons are very clear. There's a huge shortage of the raw material. Even the raw material prices have gone up, like the newspaper raddi waste, which you used to sell in a domestic household earlier, which was at 13-14 rupees a kg. Today that has gone up to almost 27 to 29 rupees a kg.
Correct. Right.
All these reasons, and also the high marine freight due to the limited container and vessel space availability. There's an increased demand from China for packaging and other grades product of the paper. So all these things are actually impacting the overall increase in the newsprint pricing. So what we believe, the current price what we have in the next quarter, what we can see in the quarter 2, there will be at least 2-3% increase in the prices for in the quarter 2 also.
Okay. So it will be somewhere around 43,000-44,000.
No, 43-44 becomes almost 8-10%. It will be 2%, 2-3% for the next.
Okay.
And let's hope that from the quarter 3, the prices start cooling down, because the newsprint, the raw material prices should come down. The availability of the vessels will increase. So that all should give some benefit going forward.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Yogesh K from B&K Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the opportunity. So I understand the emerging businesses, so it now compares mainly of our digital businesses only.
Emerging is largely digital. Yeah. Yes. Emerging is largely digital. Yes.
Right. So there I see a cost base. So if I just take a difference between revenue and EBITDA, it's roughly like 37 crores per quarter.
Yeah.
So how should we look at this? So cost related to digital business. I mean, I would presume that there will be some amount of non-linearity, and this may not increase significantly, or at least it will not increase in line with revenue. So is that understanding right?
Yeah. So this cost of digital, as you know, we have got some huge benefit in last 1.5 years time, whereas for the ComScore only, we have shown a growth of almost 7.5 times in terms of our app. Our entire focus is on app, because going forward, looking at the mobility around, and if you want to monetize it in some way, it has to be through app. It can't be through the web. So we are very, very happy with the response what we are getting on our app. and that's what the investment what we are doing. And as you notice that, and I would encourage you to download our app, Dainik Bhaskar app, and you'll see the amazing experience of users there, because we don't have any advertising there. So I think because of that, this cost base what we have taken, I think this cost base will not go much higher, but this cost base will continue, for a couple of quarters more.
Right. And so, secondly, on the revenue side, so there are two aspects to this. Is regarding the monetization on our app, and we take note of what you have said in the earlier call regarding there is focus right now on the leadership, on increasing the user experience. But on the other side, so we have been reading about the deals with Google and Facebook. So is there any update regarding that?
So we are in talk with all these players to see how we can do some win-win situation. But it has to be win-win. So we are waiting for that win-win to happen. It may take some more time.
Mm-hmm. So any sort of a broad guidance or any indication of when we could see losses to the revenues scaling up and losses declining substantially in the digital business?
To be very honest, as we indicated to you in earlier quarters also, that I think this is a time for us to do some steady investment in digital in terms of gaining more numbers, more number of download, more number of people coming onto our app on a daily basis and all that. So that's our focus. Revenue model is very simple since we are not taking any advertising. So maybe a couple of players, as we mentioned with you, could sign some deal with us for data, for the news sharing and all that. And it could be the app monetizing by the readers. So that would certainly take some more time.
Okay. Thanks for this. A bit of a follow-up regarding the previous question regarding the newsprint prices. So given the extent of volatility, so if I got it right, I mean, spot prices have gone up by as much as 35% in domestic market. So we are quite comfortable that increase for us will not be more than 2-3% in the coming quarters, or there could be a risk based on the volatility in the spot.
Quarter 2, we know the number, so we have mentioned to you. Quarter 3, frankly speaking, we don't have much of clarity, because the international freight and the vessel availability, then the local Raddi value, which is a waste paper which goes in recycling for the newsprint, all is pretty volatile right now. So I would suggest let's not take an assumption for the Q3 right now.
Sure, sir. That's all from me. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Yash from JP Associates. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
Pleasure, sir.
My first question is with regards to the PO. Now, you helped us with the ad revenue that we had, the recovery or the that we had as compared to May 19. Could you also please help us with the PO recovery percentage that we have against the pre-COVID level? Now, this is my first question, and the second would be regarding the pagination. Have we increased the pagination, or are we seeing that there is going to be an increase during the festival season? Obviously, if you can help us with the percentage as well.
Sure.
And the third is with regards to the other operating revenue that we are seeing in the financials. There seems to be some sort of an increase in that. Could you also please help us with it?
Okay, so let me go with the first question of PO.
Okay.
Currently at around 42.5 lakh copies.
Okay.
Which is a decline of almost 6% over the Q4. Because in Q4 we were on the path to recovery. We were almost at 45-46 lakh copies. But because of the COVID again, the trains stopped, buses stopped, so our markets were shut, offices were shut. So around 6% loss of the copies came in. But we are hopeful that we should recover immediately in this quarter, and then from next quarter we need to get into to go back to our earlier numbers.
That would be around?
So our peak number in FY20 was almost 55 lakh copies.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was the peak numbers. We need to see. We still have a long way to go if we have to achieve the peak number. But if I look at the pre-COVID number, we were at around almost 47, 48 lakh copies. So we need to achieve that also.
Okay. With regards to the pagination, have we...
Pagination. So the pagination is a straightaway function of the number of advertising comes in your paper. So for example, in the current quarter, our pagination is around 16 pages. Okay. If I compare that, with the pagination of FY21, the Q4 and Q3 is certainly down because the last quarter, because of COVID, the advertising was less and all that. But going forward, this month of July, August, September, and next quarter, the pagination will be back to much higher number.
Okay.
Like last week, our Muzaffarpur edition did their anniversary issue of 120 pages. Jodhpur did an issue of almost 100 pages. Today is a Bhopal anniversary, so they did between today and tomorrow, they are doing almost 50, 60 pages average every day. So pagination is all issue of the advertising.
Okay. What about the other operating revenue that we are seeing?
So that is the interest on the FDR actually. So other operation income is the interest on FDR. From the Q on Q because the FDR amount has gone up. So because of that.
That would be other income, right? I'm talking about the revenue from operations apart from circulation and ad revenue.
Oh, that must be I'll have to get back to detail on that. That must be the sale of certain waste paper and other things and all that, and some job work of the printing what they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the salaries, we are seeing an uptake. Now, I remember you had mentioned in the last quarterly results during the last call that it should be around about the level that we're seeing now. So are we seeing this on account of the salaries getting reinstated or?
So where is the uptake? I think, help me understand the number. Let me read the number for you. The personal cost for the Q1 of this year is at 881 million.
Correct.
While if I look at the number of the Q4, it was 1061. So from Q4 to Q1, there's a decline of 16%, 17% actually.
Correct.
You are saying it's up.
Uptake was in Q4, and you had mentioned that that was on account of the salaries that were being paid.
Yeah, Q4. If you are comparing with the Q4 of 1920.
Yeah.
But that was the uptake of just 2%, 1.7% to be precise.
And now we are seeing a downtrend on account of.
Yeah, because the number of people have gone down. We have automated a lot of processes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Himanshu Upadhyay from PGIM. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. My two questions I had. One was what is happening in the local markets. Means we are seeing a lot of people running into losses, the large players in the newspaper. The smaller would be into further losses only. And with 15 months of lockdown and bad economics, do you think your positioning in terms of with the advertisers has improved? And what is the scope to increase the circulation copy in the current environment? Can you elaborate on these two things?
Sure. So as you rightly mentioned that in most of the markets, the larger publications are the ones those who are able to survive and manage and thrive in last few years, I would say. Not only last 1.5 years, I'm talking about if you look at last 5 years, 7 years trajectory, these smaller publications are actually anyway getting out of the business. Coming to gaining the market share, yes, it's certainly helping us that we've been able to gain the market share from the circulation as well as the advertising perspective also, in most of the markets, which will certainly help us going forward also.
In a market, let's say Rajasthan type of market, what would be the market share of the top 3 Hindi newspaper in advertisement versus others? So is there also a pie which is the smaller players sufficient advertisement revenue, or you think it is just marginal so it won't impact? even if they go out? Just to understand a case.
If I look at
Rajasthan or Gujarat
circulation data, and if I look at the Indian leadership survey data, in Rajasthan largely there are only two players, Dainik Bhaskar and Rajasthan Patrika. Almost 90% of the market is distributed among these two publications. And market share from the circulation perspective, if you look at overall Rajasthan, me and Patrika from the overall circulation were almost at par. From the readership perspective, if you look at the urban market, we were ahead of Patrika. The moment you look at Jaipur, we had a lead of almost 50% over our competition. And in further segment, the lead keeps increasing. Similarly, on the advertising front, this reflects accordingly.
Okay. So even if small players go away, the increase in the advertisement may not be that much, okay? Because let's say Rajasthan and Gujarat would be also similar, the top three with 90% market share.
Totally. Generally speaking, in most of the markets, there are only two players, except few markets where could be third player also. Worthwhile.
Okay. And in one of the comments, you stated that the government agencies are not giving advertisement or it seems that it was they are not giving advertisement to you.
Yes, they are not releasing the advertising to our newspaper.
So they are giving to other newspapers but not giving to us.
Yes.
This is what you are trying to say.
Yes.
Is it particularly one or two states, or is it some districts, or what is happening?
In few states.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Jayesh Jain from Edelweiss. Please go ahead.
Hi, I actually wanted to understand how the pricing is looking like and how the discounting has been not just in a quarterly basis, but if compared to 2018 where we have the peak EBITDA margins. So the pricing has trended upwards, it has gone down. Can you share some colors on that?
Or the advertising price or the cover price?
Advertising pricing.
Okay. Let me see. Frankly speaking, if I look...
I know it differs city to state and paper wise, but just give a broad understanding of how the pricing has trended in last 3 years.
Yeah. So I would say the pricing from the year 18-19 and 19-20s were almost stable. But in the year 2021, prices went down because of the COVID. Within 2021 also, I would say prices went down drastically in the Q1 and Q2. Did the correction in Q3 and Q4 was okay. In this year, which is 21-22, the Q1 prices again went down because of the second wave of COVID. Right now, from July, things are looking slightly better. To be very honest, it will be too premature for me to comment that the pricing are back to pre-COVID number, because we ourselves don't know how the market is going to behave for the advertisers. So let's see some study opening up of the market, some response, and then suddenly we can talk about the price.
But currently, how much behind it will be, let's say 2019 or pre-COVID levels?
It depends. I would say
on broader level,
15-20%.
And to have a better understanding, if some advertiser has to do a digital marketing and looking for the same coverage, let's say 10 kilometer radius is just an assumption, how different would it be a digital pricing than let's say a newspaper pricing?
See, frankly speaking, you can't really compare the two, because then what are you buying in digital and what are you buying in print are two different things. So, for example, in digital, are you looking at the banner? You are looking at what? So the two really can't be compared exactly.
Okay.
So there's no parameter right now with us to say this compared to this is the difference.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Participants, to ask a question, please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Shivam Saxena from ICICI Bank. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for taking my question. Just wanted to know how your digital medium is competing with the physical copies. Any competition within that?
I would say rather than big competition, it's actually complementing. So what happens in the morning, you read my paper, and during the day, you are able to keep yourself updated through my app. Especially, for example, if you are a reader in a Jaipur city and you are traveling for 2 days' time. Earlier, for those 2 days, you were totally missing my paper. Now, because of my app, you can download my e-paper and see the newspaper. So I think that's an advantage. So I would not take it as a competition. I would take it as a complementary working together.
Okay. And any charging you are taking for downloading the paper?
No, not now. That's the whole objective going forward.
Okay. Okay. And any plans of launching advertisement on your digital media?
See, right now, no plans, but let's see how it unfolds going forward.
How many apps download have been till date? If you might give the number.
Yeah, we took this liberty from all of you couple of quarters back that please allow us not to give out the numbers considering the competition around. And you were all kind enough to say that yes, for a couple of quarters you can do that. So please give us the time again.
Sure. Okay. No, thank you.
But I would say that as per the ComScore report, we have shown a growth of 7.5 times in last 1.5 years. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, due to time constraints, that was the last question for today. I now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thank you very much for your participation and time on this earnings call. I hope that we have responded to your queries adequately today. We will be happy to be of assistance through our Investor Relations Department, headed by Mr. Prasoon Pandey, for any further inquiries. Take care, everyone, and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of DB Corp Limited, that concludes this conference call. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.